Ron closed 400 deals last year. Ron's goal for the current business year is to close 15% more deals. How many deals must Ron close in order to meet the goal? So last year, Ron had 400 deals, and this year his goal is to close 15% more. So our answer, the way we're going to get to our answer is going to be 400 plus 15% of 400, and that's going to get us to our correct answer. Now, 15% is a pretty difficult percentage for us to work with in our heads without a calculator and in a time crunch. So whenever we come across a percentage like this, our first step always is to find a way to make this problem a little bit easier for us to deal with. So we're going to go through two methods to help us do that and help us get to our answer quicker and more accurately. So our first method is to break down our 15% into percentages that are easier for us to work with. Our first one is going to be 10%. And we're going to eventually add these together to get our 15% back. And we're adding that to 5%. Now you may be thinking, 5% can also be a pretty difficult percentage for us to work with. But once we get 10%, we just need to take half of that. And we're able to get 5% pretty quickly. So 10% of 400. If we take our 400, every number has a decimal. And if you don't see a decimal, then it's usually an imaginary decimal point at the end of the number. Now, if we move it one place to the left, we get 40. So we have 40 as our 10%. And we're adding now half of 40, which is 20, to get 60. Now, as we showed in our formulation up top, the way to get to our final correct answer is to add our 15% that we just got, which is 60, to 400. So we're going to do that now, 400 plus 60, and that's how we get to 460, which is going to be our correct answer for this question. Now, another method that can help make this problem seem a little bit more simple and easier to work through is to actually break down 400 itself into 4 times 100. Now we're looking for 15%, or 15 out of 100, meaning that for every 100 deals, Ron wants to close 15 more. So 15. Now, we're not dealing with just one 100, we're dealing with 4 100s, or 400. So that's why we're going to multiply that 15 by 4 to get to 60. Now that's our 15%. So we're going to go ahead and add that to 400. And we get the same answer that we got in our first method.